What's going on there, guys? It's Mac. Hope you guys are well. Today we have an unboxing and a quick test of this little thing. This is the Nintendo Switch Online N64 controller, specifically made for the Nintendo Switch. As you can see at the back there from the decoration, it does tell you how to connect it to the Nintendo Switch. It looks like it's got a USB option, but you can charge it, but I believe it is wireless as well, so there shouldn't be an issue. I think that's just to connect it initially. You can do that if you wanted to. But it's basically the original classic Nintendo 64 controller, and it just came back in stock. You only buy them via Nintendo Switch Online account. You can buy a maximum of 4, and it's only for Nintendo Switch expansion pack members. So anyone within the family group of that expansion pack are able to pick up individually 4 at a time. So you can have, I think it's about 8 people within the family pack, within the family plan of the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. And then within that you can pick up 4 each, so that's quite a lot, but it also means that it does become out of stock quite easily, and then it's hard to get, and a lot of scalpers do tend to resell it, and it becomes like really expensive to sort of repurchase if you really want to pick this up. So I just want to quickly just show you guys the control pad itself, and then let's get into the unboxing and the quick testing of it. So let's just open it up now. Plug it in. Alright, that comes out. And we've got a USB type C, USB type A Nintendo USB. Instruction manual. That's basically it. Let's put that aside. Alright, so let's look at the main thing. This is the classic Nintendo 64 coloring as well, the grey, and I'm just so amazed at how similar it is. The biggest difference I can tell at the moment is the fact that it's very like a matte finish. Yeah, the joystick is pretty much the same. D-pad feels nice. Yeah, it's just that it's very matte finish, which could be because obviously the N64 controllers that I have, we played them tons, and they're all like old, and you know, when you use a controller, when you use a control pad for a little bit, the matteness sort of goes away and it becomes a shiny plastic and a slippery plastic as that. But this definitely feels a lot more matte, and I don't know how long it's going to last that matte, but it definitely feels a lot nicer. But everything else is pretty much the same rubbish joystick that will mess up after hours of N64. You know, GoldenEye, it will mess up. The shoulder buttons are there, L and R, you've got a Z button at the back. This is different. They basically put a plastic inside where the expansion pack would have gone, you know, for the rumble pack or the memory pack. It's all pretty much blocked off. But they've got at the top there, they've got a home button, capture button, and a sync button, and they've got a ZR. So that must be, the other one must be ZL, and the top one is ZR. So you can just about see it there. The ZR button here, type C charging, sync button, and I think under either two you got the capture and the home button. That's pretty cool, so it means you can connect to the Switch wireless. So can we just launch on the Switch and just have a check the sync button. Let's just sync it. It rumbles, and as you can see, it's picked up. Very nice. There is a lot of alternative options at the moment for wireless N64 control pads, but definitely the fact that this is a original manufacturer, pretty much exactly the same, is quite handy. But I personally won't be using it to keep myself. I just wanted to quickly just review it because I wanted to see what it's like. But basically, essentially, I won't be really keeping this because I have moved away from holding it like this or holding it like this. It's like, it's so uncomfortable, it's really weird, it's not my thing, and I just personally just don't like using this control pad anymore. We've moved away from this time. It's just not the same of, you know, we've got the Tribute 64 control pads, you've got the Hori ones, you've got I think Hyperkin makes it, I think, as well. There are just so many alternative options now for the N64 control pad, and they also have wireless N64 control pads with rumble. Yeah, I've moved away from playing with these at all. I used the Hyperkin, I think it's Hyperkin, or I used the Retrobit Tribute 64 N64 controllers. They work on the original console with a dongle. We can put in the memory pack and you get the memory card working, or you can put in a rumble pack. But generally it's for the memory pack because you can switch it to rumble mode, and then it will then wirelessly transmit rumble on any game that support it on the control pad. And the layout of the buttons is way better. The joysticks on the left, the D-pad on the left to the bottom. It's more like a modern style control pad, and that's what I've been sort of working towards on all of my systems. So yeah, it's definitely got rumble. See, look at this. I'm already stuck. I'm already stuck. I gotta probably change the buttons, but I don't even remember what button I used to pick normally for this old school control pad. Yes, it's D-pad. This is weird. Honey. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, we used to play everything with honey. Aim, shoot with the Z. Yeah, so it's got a rumble. You can just show you guys. Just listen to it. It's very faint, but it's there. It's quite a good rumble, very good rumble. And it's rumble's coming from the top end, which is quite interesting because obviously they want the rumble to come from there rather than having it on the sort of triggers, on the handles, because that's where originally the rumble pack would have gone. And so yeah, like the Tribute 64 really does have that rumble built in towards the top end as well, and it gives you a nice sort of modern style control pad feeling, but what with the sort of 6-face button sort of layout as well. But anyway, that was my quick review of the N64 Nintendo Switch Online N64 controller accessory. Because of this thing being released, they had to prevent us from having N64 online for the GoldenEye 64. They had to prevent GoldenEye 64 on the N64 online app from having a modern style control pad like the Xbox version 1 does, which is so silly because Nintendo Switch does have a Pro control pad, so keep it simple and give us a modern control pad system option in the config, so you can actually change it to that rather than doing it from a system level, and it would have been amazing. And then you could have had another menu for the N64 control pad for the best controller layout, or you could have used the classic one that's already there built in. I mean, I understand they don't want to change it too much, but that's a very nice comfort that they should have done, to be honest. But without having done that, it's just way more tricky, and you know, it does feel a little bit smaller than normal from what I remember. But anyway, all in all, very authentic to the original Nintendo 64 control pad. Definitely can't lie about that. It is pretty much the same as how I remember. Feels the same, plays the same. But I wouldn't go out and spend big bucks on this. You know, it's £40 on the actual Nintendo Switch Online website. I think it's $39.99. That's definitely a good price. But I got so used to seeing it on scalper prices for over £100 that I'd forgotten that it's actually quite affordable. So yeah, at that price, definitely get it. But don't pay scalper prices. Don't pay anything more than 40 quid, the retail resistant price, because I'm telling you, it's nice and it's a nice novelty to have, but I personally won't be using this because it's just, I've moved on from this weird layout. I really hate this layout. Even though I grew up with this before, it was my childhood console, Mario 64, GoldenEye, I played all of that to death with my brothers. But even though I've played it a ton, I'm so glad that this layout is no longer in existence, and I'm so glad that they moved on with that. Even the GameCube controller has a much better modern layout compared to this. This is very initially where the joystick was created, and it was the first time navigating it, so they had to try a way to sort of navigate it. I understand that, but it's definitely aged really badly, and I wouldn't be using it myself, so I'm going to get rid of these anyway. But I just want to quickly do a review for it and an unboxing so you guys can see for yourselves, and if you guys want to pick it up. But my recommendation will be this Tribute 64 control pad. That's the modern Rumble built-in control pad that has a more of a modern layout, and it works with the Nintendo Switch. They released a patch for it, so it works seamlessly with the Nintendo Switch Online app, with the correct functions, the correct buttons, without it going crazy. And you can also switch it to the normal layout mode using a different button option that will make it work like a Nintendo Switch Pro controller as well. So all of those functions are available on this Retrobit Tribute 64, I believe, control pad. I did a review of it. There's an unboxing and review for it on my other video over here. You can check it out. But I would definitely recommend picking that one up if you want to have a rumble feature, if you want to pay £30, if you want to pay, if you want something that works with your original Nintendo 64 control pad, if you want something that works with your original Nintendo 64 console as well as the Nintendo Switch, that's the one for you. It comes in two colors. There's a see-through purple, like atomic purple, and a normal grey color, which is like the classic color that I remember. But you can also pick up a new color that's been launched. I believe it's a red color. Definitely a very nice little addition to that. But yeah, that's my review. Check it out, alright? Anyway guys, until next time, peace out.